Hello. Let me make sure this is still working. Sometimes this internet glitches. Yeah, there we go. Hello, 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 hello. How's it going, everybody? Welcome. Monday in the capstone here, West Alabama, where we are so blessed to be in God's country. And, part of the world is just not controlled by dictators and false God followers. Just simply put, we still have Jesus and haven't been manipulated to follow a false god like the Bible warns. And our news is just so overrun with international influence and things like that. So, America wants that world domination for trade, and there's always a cost with it. So, hopefully, we can influence some people to believe in Jesus today and do our jobs for God, and then maybe sell a property or two. Who knows? But beautiful day, beautiful West Alabama day. We finally got some rain this weekend. Let's go ahead and dive right in. Let's go ahead and dive right in. Crossing in stars Sunday. Wherever you're going, I'm going the same. Drifting. Such a crazy world you're seeing. We're all chasing after all. Chasing after all. Well, rat farts. We're just gonna have to use the desktop. I'll tell you what I'll do. That way I won't lose the connection. There we go. There we go. Okay, still not that many new listings. I saw a bunch of back on markets today. Looks like several, maybe have been placed back on market. All right, so first up, we got a couple of residential lots by Mr. Jason Gray, the owner of Keller Williams here in Tuscaloosa franchise branch. $15,000, not bad, not bad. It's kind of on the back side there, maybe a little bit less desirable lot location. And then there's two of them, 15,000 each. Over a half acre each, 0.66. So that's a pretty good size. Resi lots, and that's in Summerfield. Not Summerfield Preserve, Summerfield. And it may work. That may work. Actually, well, no, I'll just wait till after the broadcast start sending it to clients. All right, next up, we got a brand new construction home in Northport. Andrew Gore, Remax franchise branch, Premier Group. It's got it listed. It's a family business. Their listing agent is related to seller. I don't know if it's a dad or an uncle or who it is, but it's been a family-run business, which most of them are here in Tuscaloosa. Black Oak Drive in Grand Point. A lot of new money, a lot of new houses up there in Grand Point. It is Northport County, but it's got Huntington Elementary and Tuscaloosa County High School. $359,959. It's just over 1,700 square foot. So right at 360, a little bit less square footage, but it's in a great neighborhood. Rising property values, things like that, and it's brand new. All right, next up, Amanda Corder Real Estate. They're the exclusive listing agent for the Builders Group. Amanda's husband is the owner of the Builders Group. Family affair, right there. Again, all these new construction companies, a lot of them, operate like that. This is in Neptunes Cove. It's an extension that was done right after I completed that big 4,500 square foot development right behind this on a smaller lake there in a real lake Tuscaloosa subdivision. So we had like $2 million home comps in the subdivision, but the lake that we built on was a man-made lake by Westerville Realty, and it worked out really good. It was such a beautiful view. And this is an extension that has followed that. And I tell you, the prices are going up. This one's $509,900. And definitely, a threshold reached right there. They have not been 510,000. This is a little bit bigger, 2,279 square foot, but all of them are over 2,000. And they're asking 509. It's a 4-bed, 3-bath. It's got almost a fifth of an acre, 0.18. But again, that's what you get in Tuscaloosa City subdivisions. New turn of the century subdivisions are just not as big. Next up, we got another new construction, Black Oak Drive, Danita Mims. That is Corder Real Estate, Builders Group Homes. So this must be a Builders Group, and then Andrew Gore had one as well. This one's 2,083 square feet back in Grand Point, 4-bed, 3-bath floor plan, almost a quarter acre lot, $424,900 asking price, which is not bad considering, it's where it's at. And had a brain fart. All right, moving on. Fayette County, no subdivision. This is a mobile home in 3 acres. It's a 2024 model as well, so that's practically a brand new mobile home, 1,980 square foot, so it's probably a double wide as well. 4-bed, 3 full bath, 3 full acres with it. Forest deal with Remax franchise location from the Premier Group office. It's got it listed, $230 asking price. All right, next up, back in Tuscaloosa County, this is Northport, Patton Farm subdivision. It's a turn of the century subdivision. 3-bed, 2-bath, 1 level, 2-car garage with 1 full acre plus, almost 1,400 square foot, built in 2007. So it's a turn of the century home, not quite 2 decades. Cole Lanier, Keller Williams franchise branch here in Tuscaloosa, has got it listed $273. So that's still in the affordable payment range if you had 2 incomes, husband and wife. And then you get the full acre, like new, turn of the century, almost 1,400 square foot. That'd be a good home for a starter family. Couldn't quite do 1% investor approach or more, but that's all right. All right, next up, Yvonne Reinhardt, my friend that's owner broker, Capital Real Estate downtown here in Tuscaloosa. She's got one in Covington Villas where we used to live with my son for his first few years of his life. There's 2 sections for Covington Villas. One's a red brick town duplex on the front street, and then the back street's got it's kind of a gray brick, but they're brand new. You can tell there's 2 different streets there. This particular one is on the older street, built in 2007, almost 1,200 square foot, and it's got Woodland Forest Elementary, Bryant High School. Those schools are also right there beside this subdivision. They could literally walk if they needed to. And she's got it listed. Prices are going up, $189. These used to be more like $179. All right, last listing for today for the West Alabama MLS. Or actually, I'm going to hit the back on market listings. There were so many of those. I'm going to review it. This is a land listing in Lamar County. It's Millport area. 16 acres, asking $4,500 an acre. Trenton Wilson, Midwest Land Group. Got it listed $72,200 asking price. That's $4,500 per acre, and it is in Lamar, and it is wooded. You can't hardly get a timber crew to come out for 16 acres. They're just not going to do it. And some of it is cleared pasture as well. So you got a 3.5 acre pasture and 12.5 acres of mature hardwoods. Be a great place for hunting or something like that. But you're just about not going to get timber crews to come out and cut 16 acres. They want like 40 acres. All right, let's do these back on market. First up, we got a expired land listing in Greensboro, Alabama. Historic Greensboro, Alabama, Hale County. Trisha Gray, owner, Keller Williams franchise branch here in Tuscaloosa. She's got it listed 2.8 acres, and they're asking $45,000 for it. It's probably a commercial lot. It says land, single family, so maybe not, but it is in the middle of town. All right, next up, Northport, Clear Creek Colony, pending to back on active. So you may have a seller here ready to negotiate, give somebody else a better deal. Melinda Payne, Keller Williams franchise branch, got it listed. Built in 2000, so it's a turn of the century home, 1,531 square foot, Huntington Elementary, Tuscaloosa County High School. They're asking $285,900, so that's a little bit higher price home, even though it's only 1,500 square foot and it's 25 years old. It's in the middle of town, so those are a little bit more. Okay, next up, Krista Garrett, Keller Williams franchise branch here in Tuscaloosa. She's got one way down in Marengo, Demopolis. She probably lives in that area. 1606 Ridge Circle. No subdivision. Late mid-century home, 1975 year built. You do need to sign lid-based paint disclosure form. 3-bed, 1 bath, 1 half bath. Over a half acre parcel, 0.52. 1,660 square foot. And it's got it listed for $210. $210. That's in Demopolis. I'm not really sure about the market conditions there. I did meet with a builder recently that, has had some experience in Demopolis. All right, next up, Trenton Wilson again, Midwest Land Group. He had that new listing in Millport today. This is another listing in Millport. It looks like they've done some clearing, maybe for like a home pad or something, and they've tried to increase the price from that work. 12 acres at $6,875 an acre. That's $82,500 asking price. I'm not real sure where this is. All right, next up. Okay, these are awesome. Probably one of the better values for the best zip code. It's the Ridge at Timber Cove up by the Yacht Club off of Watermelon Road, 3709 Timber Cove Circle. They're 2,100 square foot townhomes, single car garage, 35406. So you get Rock Quarry and Northridge School Zone, 3-bed, 2 full bath, 1 half bath, just like you want. And they're slated to be completed late September. So these are probably already done. And if they're not, they're very close. $419,900 asking price. And that is right in line with Pinnacle Park, too. Pinnacle Park, 2019, 2020, somewhere around in there. Maybe a little before that. They started at $300,000, and now they've gone up to $400,000. The last one I saw was like $399,000. Or no, it was $400,000. All right. Madeline Wiggins, Keller Williams franchise branch here in Tuscaloosa. She had one. It's a brand new homes pending, back active. So you may have an opportunity to get the seller to come down, do a little bit better deal. 2,510 square foot with 1.37 acres. So some bigger lot, 2,500 acres, 4-bed, 3 full bath, 1.5 level home, $528,400. And, you compare that with the $510,000 that the builders group listed in 35406. So it just depends on what you want. Space, country, and you still got those good, desirable schools. Or you want to be close to the town, Tuscaloosa City, where all the action is. It's just more. It's a little bit more in the city, the lake, golf club, all that stuff. Same price, just a little bit smaller home. So that's an interesting comp there. Okay, the last one that was back on market, it's pending, and now it's back active, so you may can get a seller to do you a little bit better deal. Makia Wynn over at Visions Realty. I've never met her, I don't think. Kings Ridge, which is right here, 69 South. 5 bedrooms, 3 full bathrooms, 1 half bathroom, 2-level home, 3,200 square foot. So it's a big house. You would want to consider your carry costs on a house that big. Your monthly expenses for air conditioning, insurance, and things like that. You absolutely want to do that. Built in 2012, so it's just over a decade old. Not bad. And it's got a small lot with it. It's under 1/10 of an acre, but they're asking $299 for that. So that's probably the only 3,200 square foot home in this entire area for $299.9, $1 less than $300,000. If you get the seller to cover your closing costs on $300,000, you'd be doing really good right there. Of course, it's Kings Ridge. Those are like institutional investors. The builders work for institutional investors. It's not. It's a good product, but it's just it's not the homes that we develop here by any means. Okay, so that is it for today. If you saw the thumbnail in my video here today, that's my son. The airport improvements are almost finished, and we have a meeting with the airport engineer and meeting of the minds about to happen very soon about those garage condominiums I'm developing, and the retail store there just adds more value. Very exciting. Last week was a big week for me, and hoping this week will be as well. Of course, I'm live from the furniture store. I'm not on the mobile camera, whatever, so I can't show you the furniture sales floor today, but I'll try to do it tomorrow. And, just let us know who you are. And again, we're trying to focus on exactly where we know the power of YouTube, where can we harness the best power, for all the potential people that are out there and what we do. And I'm telling you, it is with beginner investors. I'm not a big established, company here. I'm an established realtor and broker. I have me personally, I have unlimited investors. But when it comes to making you money on the other side, you've got to get there too. And I can't just snap my fingers and give you all the content. Even if you know all my contacts, it's still not going to make you any money because you don't know what we know and know how to do what we do. So you've got to find a way to take that first step. And I'll tell you, I did it the same way. My first house was $3,500 from the bank. My second land purchase, my second purchase was a land purchase. And of course, it was like 2.5 acres, next to nothing, 10 grand, paid it in cash. Now it's worth 100 or more. A lot of these things matter, and there is a lane for you. I feel like a lot of people in West Alabama just don't have a lot of, there's not a lot of real estate brokers just running around and or stockbrokers and things like that. So in addition to your full-time job, this is a lane that can legitimately create you some more income. It's not going to land you in jail. You're trying to sell drugs or something like that. I mean, seriously, flip some land, get a buddy. If you don't have a full 10,000, find a partner. Y'all put 5 and 5 together, buy something, put it right back on the market with us. You can always make small improvements, especially with land. Get a mulcher, pay a mulcher a couple $1,000 to go out there, get it cleared up, make it look better, and put it back on the market and try to make some money, whether it takes you a month or a year or 2 years to sell that property. Comparing it to not doing anything, you have zero chance at making any money. At least at some point, we'll get it sold. That's what we do. And there is a lane for you. And, honestly, in my experience, everything is like down to the penny. The banks have got it where they don't take any losses. The government protects their money, not yours. And I'm not really interested with banks. I would rather see you take a little bit longer to establish some sort of investment you're not going to be giving it all to the bank or 50% of it to the bank. And again, it will. Those first years, if you borrow at all, it's going to the bank. You might as well apply the entire rent check towards the loan and get it paid off first before you start keeping any of that rent money, because otherwise all that money is earmarked. You just got to pay it back later. So, I really don't think banks are the best approach for us at this point in time. They don't offer any products to help people with legitimate real estate investing. The whole system's set up like that. I just went through it. There's a lot of things, and we would love to help you. We'd love to help you find your lane where we can help keep your full-time job. We're here, full-time brokers, moving things, making things happen, rentals, refinances, and we're in the country. People live in mobile homes. If you want to own a mobile home park, that's another thing. And of course, I've got all these other plays in my pocket, but you can't get those until you become a client. Maybe a non-disclosure, that would be good. NDA, as they say. And, you got to get close. The agent makes all the difference. In real estate, the agent makes all the difference in how good of an experience you have, how much money you make in return. And we've really got it going on. All my services are completely different. I was just discussing with one of my investors now, that's got a big property that we've helped lease up. They didn't have any help. No agents could get any leases signed, things like that. We stepped in, got them the full, they named their price. We got them there. And now, they'll be 100% occupied within 1 year. Rate increases within 2 years. So the agent makes all the difference. My competition is not going to advertise for me. You have to call me directly. Got to call me directly. See what Brandy and I can do for you. And we look forward to hearing from you. Okay.